Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about selling a pet supermarket. If you have a great product for pet supermarket, this little training will give you some things to think about in regards to selling to them. With that said, let's get started on today's training. Let's talk about pet retailers and distribution and also selling pet products. Really, we're just going to be covering the whole pet consumer product scenario. So if you are selling a pet product, you have a niche category and you need to choose accordingly based on what you have. If you have something that is great for the bigger PetSmarts and such of the world, be aware that what they're looking for is something that is interesting, innovative, new, exciting, or guaranteed gonna sell. And they want you to have your manufacturing in place. How you sell to them, something we can teach. We are a retail coaching consultancy. But the actual pet product category for chain stores is one buyer, typically buyer's product category. So if you're selling a PetSmart or wanting to, they usually have someone who buys collars, someone who buys clothing, someone who buys food. There are different buyers within that retailer. You got to figure out the appropriate buyer for your category and reach out to them respectively about your product. And the good news about that is they have a lot of stores. So when you sell to them, one person can make you a lot of money. Now, there are pet retailers that are regional or local, mostly local, meaning in your local area. And those guys are fairly simple to sell to. They are looking for wonderful new products to put in their stores, and they're trying to make a living. So they're looking for products that they know their customers will buy. Proof of sales would be very useful. Now, some people would argue with me that you should start small and scale to the big stores. I personally have seen people make millions of dollars just going direct to the big chain store market. So if you're selling to local pet stores and you hate it, don't ignore just going direct to the corporate buyers, because the corporate buyers could buy products for all their stores. They might just love it. It might just do well. And that's a business decision and also personality. Are you willing to risk it? If you think that it's not possible to sell to Petco or whatever because you haven't sold to small stores first, that's not accurate. People do it all the time. It's just information that you just need in order to succeed with them. Now, with the pet stores that are local, in your local area, they usually have the owners of the store buying stuff, so you just have to build that out, reaching out, contacting them, let them know about your product and so forth. And the cool news is that you can sell your product for a premium price versus the corporate buyers, where they need to have better prices for their stores. That's why people tend to go to these corporate bigger stores versus the smaller guys. So if your product's expensive, definitely the local. If your product is reasonably priced and you can mass produce it, that's the corporate, bigger stores. For the smaller stores, what they do is pick up your product, and if it converts, you have to keep sending them new product and so forth. So there's more work to do with the local stores. You can work with distributors who sell pet products regularly. The thing about distributors is they take a nice hefty fee for their efforts, which is usually probably about 20 to 30% of your income and for the product. And what that means is they are ultimately going to be your sales rep, your extended sales rep, and they can open up those accounts for you, meaning they've done a lot of the legwork, and then they can add your product to their distribution, right? The tricky part, though, is getting them to pick up the phone and also being able to actually have the marketing collateral and everything they need in order for their reps to say the right words to get your products to sell. So there is some prep work when working with distributors. One is setting up your product beautifully with packaging and the marketing collateral and stuff to make sure that they can sell it well. Also, the pricing needs to be on point. but also they tend to like that you sell the product first before the distributor picks up your product. Usually they'll find products are already selling because they make more money faster, and that's what they're usually looking for, which is incredibly infuriating if you're starting out and you're trying to build up your business, but you've never sold it anywhere before. So one thing you can do is literally get in your car and try and sell your product locally to local pet stores. Try to open up new accounts, get some proof of sales, start working with trying to get the distributors to represent you. Our recommendation is to get some coaching and some consulting and to have someone help you figure all this stuff out, which includes the marketing collateral and the pricing and all this stuff. If you need support with that, we have a company called Retail MBA that helps people like you choose which direction to go, the strategy, and also helps you build out your plan, also helps you pick out which retailers to go after, also has someone who's been selling to retailers for over 20 years review products with you through our Retail MBA system. That's listed on retailmba.com, or if you want us to go after stores for you, we have a done-for-you service as well. Ultimately, with pet products and distribution, really it comes down to what are you comfortable with? Are you wanting to go to the big corporate buyers? We explain what that looks like versus the local stores and so forth. The real difference is time. How much time do you have? Can you open up those accounts yourself? Do you want to work with the distributor? There's more to do when working with the distributor versus individually open up stores, although they can scale. Also remember that a Petco can make you millions of dollars much faster than you opening up store to store. When they're buying X number of units in small quantities for their store, they can only fit certain amounts of products in their stores. Now, there are online websites, let's not forget that, where you can sell products there. That's another way to sell them, but just remember a lot of them require you to have beautiful imagery and also to be able to set it up with some way to ship the products out to their audience. You can sell to the .coms either yourself or work with a distributor as well. And again, it comes down to having it set up correctly. So if you want to learn how to do all that, we just wanted to create this video explaining the different ways to generate revenue and what you're going to have to come up with. Really, there's a lot less big stores than there are smaller stores. But if you get into the big stores, all the other websites, everybody else wants you, it can be very exciting. Also, you can also sell beyond the Petcos of the world. You can sell to the Walmarts and all the different retailers that sell pet product. They're just more competitive because they have smaller amounts of shelf space for pets. And so all of that comes down to, what do you want? Do you want to sell to the small stores? Do you want to sell to the big stores? Which direction do you want to go? How much time do you have? If you sell to the big retailers, they usually have one buyer who buys pet products. That's a lot less work than you work in the store circuit, or with the distributors. It depends. You have to open up some store accounts. So part of this is just to give you some data on pet products and things to think about. Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. If you want some support, please take a look at what we do. Thanks so much.